Adam, I suppose the big news of the week is the stuff about the AFL drugs policy. I just wanted to get your thoughts on the current situation with it, and do you think it needs to be improved?
Yeah, I don't have a strong opinion, to be honest. So I think we're all aware there's two policies in place, one driven by the players, and it's more for medical reasons than punitive stuff. So I understand it's under review, so we'll see what happens at the end of it, but I don't have a strong opinion, to be honest.
Have you ever heard of, or I know it's a doctor thing, but have you ever heard of a player being pulled out?
No. I'm a bit oblivious to all that, so unaware of it. And yeah, let's just see what happens if they have a look at it and what maybe they can do a little bit better with the policy, or if they do it. So that's it's up to them to work through it. So, but I'm unaware of anything from our end.
Do you want to be privy as a coach to the information that happens between a player and a doctor, or do you feel like as a senior coach you have enough to worry about as it is?
I think I've got enough to worry about as it is. So yeah, it's a really difficult position for the docs to be in. So I sort of have empathy for them. So if they look at it and they can do it better, that would be great. But no, I haven't been worrying about that too much, to be honest.
Eddie Bett shared a video on his social media, I'm not sure if you've seen it, of someone driving past his home and hurling racial abuse at his kids.
Right.
Can you believe this is still happening?
No, it's all about education though. How do we get better as a society? We're lucky we get educated, and it's been part of my life since I got drafted, really, learning and growing as a person about that, and you just hope people have more understanding. So, no, very disappointing.
It's been a couple of years since you played and grew up sort of in the system. Is it sort of, when you look at things like that now, do you just think, how on earth is someone not educated?
Absolutely. Yeah, thought that 15 years ago. So, yeah, disappointing. And, the balance between putting a light on it and, giving people notoriety versus education is really important. So hopefully we just keep learning.
You must be proud, though, of your club's work in that area, in the Indigenous area. Because I remember speaking to Brockman when he got traded, he said one of the main reasons he wanted to come to West Coast was that connection with people like Liam Ryan, and you've got a fantastic heritage.
We've got a great history, yeah, really proud. Probably on the back of Trevor and what he brought to the club, and how we manage everything as best we can. And we've got Chance Bateman now, who's doing a great job for us as well, and the Woolwich Foundation, all those type of things. So, like I said, it's education's really important, and I think we do a reasonably good job at that.
Game-wise this weekend, Bulldogs, last time we went over there, it was a fantastic performance, knocked them off. How much do you look back on that?
Yeah, you asked that last week with the Giants. Don't ask me next week, we've got Sydney. Look, different. It's a different club, really, different era. That game had a lot of spirit, and I think we're playing with a pretty good spirit at the moment, but for probably different reasons. The group's changed, they're embracing the next phase, whereas I think last year was more of a stoic approach to what was happening around the club at the time. We came up for a really poor loss, I think, last year as well, and really proud of what they did and how we handled all that. But this is different. Yeah, we're on a different pathway. Love to play with the same energy and commitment, and I think the Doggies look a bit better too. So, challenging game, but we're up for it.
I know you don't like giving away the team, but Andrew Gaff,
No, Gaffy won't be playing. We'll keep him at Waffle, and he'll stay here and play and try and get some form. Same with Witherden. So we'll take young Harvey over as a traveller. So just for the experience, he's had a good couple of weeks, and we're happy to play him, but he's probably not quite ready. You can ask me other questions. I'll just answer them as they come. That's what's happened with Gaffy.
Are you backing in Harry Barnett again as another go, especially against another big man like Tim English?
No, we'll give him a rest. I reckon he got 10, 15 games of experience in 60 minutes. He'll go back and get going on his craft, and you don't really want to bring these kids in for 1 week and push them out. But I think when it comes to young ruckman, it's a little bit different. He'll have his turn where we do lock him in for a while, but just wanted to give him a sniff because he's done a really good job over the last 3 or 4 weeks at Waffle. we'll get a really good indication of where he's at. He's got a bit of work to do, but he's up for that challenge. So yeah, we'll stick with Bailey this week.
Process of elimination and says that Jack Williams will come into the side. He's
Spot on.
Great form, down at Waffle level. I know we don't have stats and all that, but I think Carl's again 10 or 11 marks.
Yeah, had a good weekend. Yep.
Well.
Yeah. He's improved from last year. I think he played probably before he was quite ready last year, just through circumstances. So a bit of last man standing stuff, but he learned a lot last year, and he's had a really good pre-season. I think was he 20, so he's still young. But yeah, he took 10 or 11 marks, kicked 4 goals last week, and comes in as a forward that could support Jack, and he'll probably second ruck for us as well.
Brady Hoff, you sent him to Toby Green last week, and you could send him to either Wakeman, who's kick 6, or Hugh Hagan as the third marking target. It's become a fairly important player.
He has, yeah. He's become quite reliable, Brady. It's really his role's become really important for us. So he's got speed. He can play tall, play small. He's done some really good jobs for us. So he'll have a job. He'll have a job.
Losing Elijah Hewitt to having surgery.
Yes.
Is it disappointing to sort of, you're hoping for a better outcome there and then had to pull the pin a little bit?
We did, yeah. I mean, what is he, 19? We just wanted to avoid surgery if we could, so we did everything we could to get that right. We gave it some time, tried different techniques, and this is last resort. So, not unfortunately, but we just got to get it done now, and hopefully we get him back this year. I think it's a 10 to 12 week type of injury that you recover from. It's not that uncommon to get the surgery, but I think that particular injury, if you can avoid it, that's the first step.
In terms of his development, is it important to get some games into him late in the season?
Maybe, yeah, if he's ready. Yeah, he was heading in the right direction last year, had a really good taste of it, but yeah, if he's not right, he's not right. But if we can get, the unfortunate thing for Elijah is just staying connected to the young group that's coming through. That's what he's missing. So we'll get him back in a couple of weeks, and he can start his rehab, and hopefully we see him in the second half of the year. But we're not in a massive rush.
There was a bit of a rumour running around the Waffle circles this week. You guys were considering giving Liam Ryan some limited minutes.
Absolutely.
Districts this weekend.
Yep.
How close were you guys to actually doing that?
Probably not that close this week. Yeah, so he'll be a week or two, but yeah, that's his pathway back to seniors. So with what we've learned over the last couple of years, and it was really challenging just to get these guys back in the senior side last year. Gov and Darling and these guys missing 7 or 8 weeks and then coming straight Cripps. We must have done 3 or 4 players that just get back in and see how you go, and they looked underdone because they were. Hopefully, with the availability we've got and where we're heading, you can come back through the Waffle and get some form, and then get into the seniors like that. I'm pretty sure that's standard. So we're just hoping to get to that.
Must be a bit more comforting though, with also having the fact that there's another 8 guys there.
Absolutely.
Where you actually play the same game style you do it properly.
Yep. So I think we've got 10 or 11 playing this week, which is not, it's not outstanding, but it's better than what we've had been in the past. And hopefully next week we might see a bit of Dom Sheed, Jai Cully. Harry Edwards will play this week at Waffle, and then Liam Ryan as well. So, touchwood, we get 3 or 4 blokes back in the next few weeks.
What do you ask from Jack Darling this week, given probably lack of confidence and struggling?
Yeah, it's interesting with Jack. We need the best out of him. That's for sure. We're probably not getting that at the moment. So, I thought his energy and his effort around halving contests was there last week. We just didn't get any production with hands on the ball. So, talking to him, he felt as good as he's felt all year in the last quarter, which is a good sign that, a couple of little niggles he's carrying have gone. So we're hoping for a better output this week. So we've backed him in. We need him to play well, and that's our expectations.
You mentioned that Jack Williams has the potential to provide some support
for
Jack. The more natural forward, perhaps?
That's spot on. Yeah, he's got good craft, Jack Williams, so he'll work well. Bailey's, we're not giving up on that, but at the moment, without Flynn, it's a challenge for Bailey to ruck and go forward. So it's as honest as I can be. Yeah, Jack Williams has got a bit more craft in him with his forward line stuff, and that'll help Jack. Darling.
Sorry. $1 million question, how do you look at curtailing Bob Kelly?
Yeah, it's a tough one. I think we've I can't remember what we did last year. I think he was held relatively quiet, and then he exploded in the third quarter and a lot of the last, and single-handedly, kept him in the game there for a while. So we've got a few options. Obviously, now that Yo's back, it's a pretty good matchup in tight. Ruben's 191 centimetres. You can probably match him in transition, but history tells you it's pretty hard to stop him. So we've got some levers there that we can either start with or go to. It's not just him. There's a pretty good balanced midfield there, and it's going to be a fair challenge.
Callum Jamieson is that third tall defender as well. I've already mentioned Hagen, Norton, Darcy. It's a tough job to do that. How have you seen his education in there during those first 2 rounds?
He's slipped under the radar a little bit, hasn't he? He wasn't a backman at all until about 5 weeks ago, and I can't remember what happened. Harry Edwards broke his hand, and we wanted to try 3 talls out, and he just fitted in pretty well. So he wasn't fantastic on the weekend, but I think he's grown as a defender, and he probably frees up McGovern a little bit as well when we need to, and allows those guys to have a spell and keep 2 talls on. So that's been positive for us. It's not the end product. It might not do it all year, but it looks okay at the moment.
So Harry Edwards plays Waffle this week.
Yep.
If he goes well and you start to think about playing in the AFL, given the length of time that Oscar will miss, is it an option at all to look at McGovern or even Barris as a fullback?
Maybe. We did that last year for about 5 minutes in one game. I can't remember what it was. Essendon, we conceded 3 goals in 2 minutes, and we put Barras back. So, I'm not going to dismiss it, because I think Barras deep down thinks he can play forward, and when we see him in little scratch matches, he looks good. Attacks the ball. He's got long limbs, and he can. I think he can do it. Whether we need to get to that desperation, we'll have to wait and see as the season progresses. We need a bit more from our forwards at the moment. We need a lift in the front half. So we'll mix it up a bit this week, but you never know. It's definitely an option.
So Ryan Marrick will start, or is he a good Sunday?
He'll play. Yeah, he'll play.